Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. Today I'm going to talk about the insane price increase that we're going to see on vinyl records from the Universal Music Group. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below and go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. I know I say it every episode, but it's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a couple other links down there. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page, where we have t-shirts and sweatshirts on there. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlists, where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the channel, put it together on a nice playlist for everyone to enjoy. And there's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated. You can support the show for as little as $1 a month. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So I'm sure, as a lot of you have already seen, it's been all over social media for the last 24, 36 hours or so, is that Universal Music Group, who is the largest record company in the world, is putting a huge price increase on vinyl records. And from what I've seen online, you're talking a $10 to $15 price increase per album, which is absolutely huge. You're talking, was it like a 25 to 33% increase? So it's huge. You know, we've already been talking about the rising costs of vinyl records over the last couple of years. You know, when I got back into buying records, several years back now, you could pick up a lot of records for around $20. And, over the last couple of years, that's crept up to, $30 to $35. So if you're talking a big, $10 to $15 price increase, you're talking a lot of records are going to be $35 to $40 or $35 to $45 moving forward. So, it is a big price increase. And Universal Music Group, they're just absolutely huge company. If you don't know all the labels that are included, I've got a big old list here. They've got, so under Universal Music Group, which is the big umbrella, they've got Interscope, which is your Aftermath, Shady Records, Top Dog. Those are like the big ones in Interscope. Capitol Music Group has Blue Note, which of course is big to me. I'm a big jazz guy, so that's going to be a big price increase on those titles. Capitol also has, of course, Capitol Records, Harvest, Motown, Virgins, all under the Capitol Music Group. Republic is American, Cash Money, Taylor Swift Productions, so all the stuff she's been doing. And then Young Money is all under Republic. Island has Mercury and Safe House. You also have Def Jam Recordings, Universal Nashville, the Verve label, which is your Decca and Verve Music Group. Verve Music Group has Impulse is included into that. It's another big jazz label. And, that doesn't really include all the UK labels, which is going to be your EMI, your Abbey Road. Universal also has a lot of French labels, a lot of Swedish labels, and a lot of Japanese labels too. So just absolutely huge umbrella. You're talking, thousands of albums that are going to be looking at this big price increase. So it's kind of interesting that this is just now coming out, because back in March, Variety did an article about how great Universal Music Group did last year. I want to make sure I get my numbers straight here. So they posted a record $9.4 billion in revenue in 2022. So it's a 14.4% increase over the year before. And physical music revenue, so that's your CDs, cassettes, vinyl records, went up 18.6% year over year to around $1.24 billion. So, of course, it's mainly due to the growth that we've seen in vinyl records over the last, several years. And there's a lot of reasons for these price increases. There is a rise in costs in production, which is undeniable. But to raise prices $10 to $15 per album. I know the one article I read yesterday was talking about Beatles albums. They're typically $25, are going to be $35 plus. That's a lot. That's a big difference, and I think it's going to drive a lot of people out of the vinyl record market, which, I don't know. I guess I'm wondering what Universal's, what Universal is trying to accomplish here, because there's a couple of different things that they could be doing. Yes, there is some corporate greed, I'm sure, involved in some of that. There's also the possibility that Universal is just trying to kind of slow the growth of vinyl, because we've seen this huge increase over the last couple of years, mainly, specifically in the last 18 to 24 months. Vinyl is, just skyrocketed in popularity, and, pressing plants can't keep up. So maybe Universal is looking at this and saying, look, if we charge more and sell less, it's kind of a wash for us. We're still going to make that revenue, but we're going to sell and move less product. So, that definitely plays a role in it. Like I said, there's been a big increase in production costs over the last couple of years, especially, with the way the economy is going across the world with inflation and things like that. But I think what Universal is going to end up doing with this is they're going to pop the vinyl bubble, because, like I said, they are the biggest music producer in the world. So a vast majority of the records you have in your record collection are Universal, titles or off of Universal labels. So, if they're going to be raising prices, that's going to be across the board. It's not going to be something I don't think you're going to see overnight. I think these price increases are going to kind of take a while to make it to record stores. I think record stores right now are going to sell them for, whatever their profit margin is currently. And then as those prices go up, as they get new stock in, you'll see them go up in the store. I did want to say that, some of this, I know some of the blame that I've seen on social media kind of falls back on record store owners, as far as like raising prices and things like that. As far as new records go, most record stores have very small margins on their records. They're really making nothing off of new vinyl. Most record stores make their money off of used and, selling merchandise and things like that in their stores. So I don't want to blame record store owners, because I think they're going to be, obviously they're an easy target because they're the ones selling the records. But when you walk into your local record store and all of a sudden you see prices go up $10 or $15, they're just doing that because they've got to pass that expense off to the consumer. But record store owners will undoubtedly hear a lot of angry customers talking about prices for sure. I think this is really going to do one of two things. It's either going to drive people back to streaming, especially since you can get higher end audio from services like Tidal and Apple Music, or people are just going to go back to buying CDs, which, I've been talking about for a while. It's been a really good time over the last couple of years to be a CD collector. There's been a lot of really great stuff out there that's available for pretty cheap. But when you're talking about vinyl records, especially if the new ones are going to be, $35 to $45 to $50 versus a CD, which is going to run you, maybe $12 or $14. Sometimes I can get great deals on Discogs for under $10 for new CDs. So, if you're looking at it that way, you can get a really good CD player for a pretty cheap price. I think people are going to kind of go that route if they want to stay in, with listening to physical music. I don't know. That's all I got for you today, guys. I just wanted to kind of quickly kind of go over the stuff from Universal and really kind of throw out the question, why do you guys think Universal is doing this? Because really, I think ultimately it's just going to hurt them. Kind of the same way that, all the labels kind of destroyed the CD market in the late 90s and early 2000s. I really think it's coming down to that. I think over the next several years, if this continues to go at this rate, that's exactly what's going to happen to vinyl records. And we're kind of go back to being a more underground kind of thing, which I'm sure some people will be fine with. But, I enjoy, seeing all these people out enjoying the records and enjoying record stores and things like that. But, I don't know, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.